Police are currently investigating what appears to be another homicide for the year. Dead is 47-year-old Simone Leandre Gagne of Bisee Castries. Son of the deceased, Ernest Gagne, says he last saw his mother on Thursday afternoon, not long before she departed for a meeting. Daughter Rebecca Gagne says she interacted with her mom later that same evening.
From last night, when I see she didn't arrive home, I sent a message for her to call me. She called me, she told me she was on her way up, so I went back and sleep. When I jumped from the sleep about after 2 in the morning, I realized that she wasn't there, so I sent more messages for her to call. I realized she wasn't calling, so I sent to my brother. My brother only got the messages this morning, so I called him and I told him to call her and see where she is, if she slept by my aunt or anything, and she would have called, but apparently she didn't.
Gagne says her boyfriend reportedly found a file which her mom had in her possession the day before, laying on the ground. This set off alarm bells, triggering a search party, which later made the gruesome discovery.
My little cousin went up on the hill, they were looking, and then when they went behind her house, they saw her face down. Well, they saw her body face down, her 2 feet tied, and blood on her back. They couldn't identify if it was her.
Neighbors and family alike all described Simone Leandre Gagne as a loving, people-friendly person. An emotional, stricken son had nothing but praise for his late mother.
I seen my sister calling me and telling me my mother don't come home yet. Yeah, I said I like my mother not to come and sleep at her home. My mother doesn't sleep out. Yeah, the only out I know my mother sleeping is when my mother go abroad. I know my mother, I know my mother not at home is foreign. My mother is, yeah. It's for the man to do my mother that this morning there.
Former government minister Guy Mayers operates a business in the Bisee area for over 20 years now. Mayers has made a special appeal to the community to work together to ensure the safety of the neighborhood.
I'm just imploring the neighborhood, persons who saw, persons who heard, to give the information to the police so that the police can solve this crime as quickly as possible. They have family members as well, and one would want to know that if something like that happened to a family member, that the perpetrator of the crime is brought to justice.
Matilda Saint-Germain also shared similar sentiments.
I pray that everyone in this community, if they heard or saw anything, that they step up and say something so these people can be brought to justice. Because we need to make an example of these young people who are just killing people callously. It shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be. There's no God here. And this is reflecting on St. Lucia as a whole.
Simone Leandre Gagne leaves behind 3 children and 2 grandchildren. The family of the deceased wants swift justice to be served. Sant Justin, HCS News Force.